get started. So again, I'm just going to intro this for the library. So welcome everyone. 15 minutes of positivity practice group every day from noon to 12:15. Today is Wednesday, so we're going to do some journaling, some stream of consciousness journaling. And the theme for today is inspired by this quote. This guy, James Clear, is an author. He wrote a really useful book called Atomic Habits. And as you guys know, I'm really big on, when it comes to long-term healing and behavior change, it's really all about beginning to establish the kinds of habits that we want. And habit formation and behavior change, as we all know, is hard, right? It takes consistency, and it takes a kind of belief or faith that if I keep doing this stuff, it's going to get better. And he encapsulates this really nicely, I think, in this quote. So this idea, just because improvements aren't visible doesn't mean they're not happening. You're not going to see the number change each time you step on the scale. You're not going to finish a chapter each time you sit down to write. Like, there's so many things that we do that represent incremental changes or improvements. And if you go to the gym every day, or you go and exercise and you look at yourself in the mirror after each session, you're probably not going to notice anything specific changing. But if you take a picture of yourself and then do it again 3 weeks later after you've done consistent practice or activated those behaviors, you are going to see something different. So in the meantime, there's this question of what he's referring to here is a mindset change, right? So lasting wins require a mindset change. So let's talk about mindset. Mindset would be defined as attitudes, beliefs, concepts or ideas, memories. All of that adds up to this thing that we would refer to as a mindset. It's a way with which we approach life, ourselves, the voice in our head, and so forth. And there's a lot of research actually in this field, and I'm going to break it down into sort of two kinds of mindsets that we can take. The first one, which is very, very typical for many of us, is what we would call the performance mindset. And that means that whatever I'm engaging in, my attitude towards that behavior, that process, is that I want to be the best at it, right? I want to perform at a high level. So if I'm going to a track meet and I'm running the 100-meter sprint, well, my performance mindset would say I'm really interested in winning or doing something that would be equivalent to me performing at a high level. Now, to contrast that to a growth mindset, would mean that a growth mindset is I'm less interested in performing at a high level or what my score is or how fast I'm running, but I'm more interested in the underlying process and how I can improve whatever activity it is that I am engaging in. And the two, frankly, are somewhat exclusive of each other, right? So most of the time, if I'm adopting a growth mindset, my priority is focused on learning and an incremental improvement and using some self-awareness to evaluate, gosh, what could I do better here? How did this go? How can I improve? So I'm less worried about whether I'm making the best time or getting the highest score. I'm really focused on making sure that I'm learning something new so that I can continuously improve. And when it comes to mental health, when it comes to our anxiety and our depression, everything that we're doing here in this practice group really falls into this bucket of adopting a growth mindset, approaching all of these practices with an attitude of, I want to learn, I want to make incremental changes. So today's journaling exercise will be focused on mindset. So if you all have your pen and paper ready, we're going to do 3 prompts, and we'll just do 3 minutes each. So I'll set the timer. And the first prompt is this: some things I'd like to change about my current mindset include. So go ahead and start writing for 3 minutes. And remember, this kind of way that we write and do this journaling exercise is you're just letting the pen move across the paper. Don't censor, don't edit, don't try to sound smart, don't even make it grammatically correct. Just drop into the space of some things I'd like to change about my current mindset include. And if you run into a situation where you just don't know what to write, just literally write those words down. I don't know what to write. And just keep doing that until the next thing pops into your mind. Let's give this another 10 seconds. All right, and wrap up your last sentence or what you're writing. And the next prompt is shifting my mindset is challenging for me because. So shifting my mindset is challenging for me because. And we'll give this one another 20 seconds. All right, wrap up your last sentence. And just take a second here before we go to the next one. Just ground yourself, maybe shake out your hand, and see if you can drop into this next one again with a open heart and curiosity. If I could change my mindset in these ways, I would be able to, again, 3 minutes. If I could change my mindset in these ways I listed before, I would be able to. Let's do another 30 seconds. Okay, and finishing up your last sentence. I'd recommend, it's already 12:15, so I think we're going to wrap up here in a few seconds, but I recommend once we hang up, maybe taking a few minutes just to read through what you wrote. And again, mindset, the way I think of it is the underlying engine of intention. And I hope this difference between focusing, on performance versus focusing on learning or growth is helpful. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, the same time. Tomorrow's Thursday, so we'll do a gratitude practice. And as always, I'll stick around for a few minutes if anyone wants to connect. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here.